gods of war, Ares, Thor, Kali, and many more across cultures. What if you could wield the power to shape the destiny of nations? What if you could summon the fury of the gods and bend the tides of war to your will? Across history, gods of war have sparked battles, led armies, and even changed the course of empires. Some were champions of victory, others brought destruction with a single command. From the relentless strength of Ares to the strategic mind of Athena, from the war-hungry wrath of Thor to the tactical genius of Odin and the bloodlust of Kali. These gods didn't just participate in war, they were the war. But here's the real question. If one of these gods gave you their power, what would you do? Ares, let's begin in ancient Greece, where war was not just a strategy, but a way of life. Meet Ares, the god of bloodshed, violence, and destruction. When Ares entered the battlefield, no one could stand against him. His presence meant chaos, fear, and inevitable clash of steel. Yet, even Ares, a god of war, faced his own internal battles. His love for battle often made him reckless, and his lust for violence blinded him to the cost. Imagine holding Ares' power, one roar, and you could rally legions of soldiers, one swing of the sword, and you could level entire cities. But would you be ruthless conqueror, or would you be a warrior who values honor above bloodshed? Athena. Now let's turn it to the other side of Greek pantheon. Meet Athena, the goddess of wisdom, warfare, and strategy, while Ares thrived on pure violence. Athena's approach was calculated, intelligent, and precise. She didn't just fight, she won through strategy. Athena was the protector of cities, guiding heroes to victory with her wisdom and foresight. Imagine holding Athena's power. With her, you could plan battles so meticulously that every move would be a step toward inevitable victory. You could lead armies with unmatched tactical brilliance. But the question is, would you use this power to outwit your enemies? Or would you manipulate the very nature of war itself? Thor. Now, let's move north to the Norse realms. Meet Thor, the thunderous god of storm, strength, and battle. Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, could cross mountains, and his rays could level entire armies. But beneath the raw power of Thor was a god who fought for honor and justice. Thor didn't fight because he loved destruction. He fought because he loved his people and his home. Imagine holding strike down your enemies with the force of 1,000 storms. You could defend a weak, or you could lay waste to all who challenge you. But here's the twist. Would you be defender of righteousness, or would you succumb to the intoxicating power of your own rage? Odin, in the cold northern lands of the gods, there is another figure whose power over was unmatched. Odin, the all-seeing god of wisdom, war, and sacrifice. Unlike Ares and Thor, Odin wasn't just a warrior, he was a king, a tactician, a leader of gods. He sacrificed one of his own eyes in exchange for knowledge of the future, making him master of foresight. Imagine holding Odin's power. You set the future entire civilization, foresee the outcome of every battle, and guide your people through the darkest times. But the real question is, would you use this power for the good of all, or would you sacrifice your soul for ultimate victory? Kali, finally, we arrive in the fierce and fairy lands of Hindu mythology. Meet Kali, the goddess of destruction, death, and rebirth. Kali is not a goddess who seeks war for the sake of bloodshed. Her purpose is to destroy the old and make way for the new. Through her, the cycle of life and death is perpetuated. Kali is terrifying in her power, but also beautiful in her ultimate purpose change. Imagine holding Kali's power. You could end conflicts before they even started. You could bring about the end of empires or destroy the chaos that feeds on endless war. But would you wield her power to create a new world, or would you simply watch as everything crumbles to dust? Now, imagine standing before all five gods of war. Ares offer you bloodshed and battle. Thor grants you unmatched strength. Athena gives you the wisdom of the gods. Odin offers you the foresight, and Kali gives you the power to destroy and rebuild. You can only choose one power, so think carefully. If you controlled war itself, what would you do? Would you conquer the world? Would you fight for justice? Would you bring about the end of war? Or would you use war as tool to create something new? Tell us in the comments which god's power would you use and what would you do with it? And if you enjoyed exploring the gods of war, make sure to subscribe because in the next video we are diving into something even darker, the many faces of hell across different cultures, from the underworld of ancient civilization to the terrifying ghost stories that haunt the world today. Trust me, you will never look at the afterlife the same way again.